Okay, folks, I'm back with you here. As I was saying about the movie Esoteric Agenda, a really good movie. You should watch that. The second part of the movie is called Cymatica, and it's a sequel to it, and it's just extremely educational. I mean, that movie will change the way you think forever, and that's a promise. Uh, Other than that, some other good videos to watch are, well, for one, you have to learn about the weapons that are being used on the citizens, and that's the main thing. As a TI, you have to learn the weaponry that's being used on you. As William Cooper said, if you don't know what kind of weapons these people are using against you, you can't fight these people. And I'm going to tell you, majority of the weapons, I don't know them all. I don't know all their tricks. I mean, these people have been doing this for a long time, and they're very, very smart. There's no doubt about that. I mean, they're always one step ahead of you. And I mean, that's probably because they can read your mind. But that would give anybody a step ahead of anybody if I could read your thoughts and I knew what you were going to do before you were going to do it. But yeah, folks, these people can read your mind, and that's uh, it doesn't take a genius. Well, it does take a genius to figure that out, but I mean, once you figure it out, it's very shocking, and they can do this. They can read your mind, and I'm going to explain to you, along with the weapons that they're using, how they can read your mind. Uh, it all started with I think it goes back to there's an episode called Brain Gate on YouTube that you can watch, and this will explain how they're reading people's minds. I don't know if they can do it directly from satellite. I don't know if they have listening devices that are that good, but they can do it if they have a chip in you, and I know that for sure because they're reading mine. Now, the way it works, you see, is when you think, your brain puts off a frequency, the same, frequency as the planet. Your brain operates on radio waves, and it puts off a vibrational frequency. So, when you think of the word dog, or if you think of the word cat, or, if you think about killing somebody, this puts off a certain vibration and it makes a certain sound. So see what they're doing is they're listening to your thoughts. They're not actually reading your thoughts. They're listening to your thoughts. They're listening to these vibrations and then they're decoding the vibrations because when everybody thinks of the word dog, our brains produce the same sound. And that's how they read your mind. It's not all that hard to understand once it's broken down for you. I mean, it sounds like Star Wars technology, I mean, the Minority Report stuff, but once you understand, how this works, it starts to come to you. Now, I don't know how long they've had the ability to do this, but they read my mind all the time. They know when I'm thinking about them. They know, what I'm going to do before I get there, and it's very frustrating. But I don't know if I have a chip in me or not. I haven't ever been tested, but anyway, I'm going to get back to the beginning. I started watching all these conspiracy videos, and I learned started off with the cell towers, and I watched a really good video. It's called Wi-Fi Towers Panorama on YouTube, and it really breaks it down, tells how the government gets away with the radiation because they tell people that, well, we don't know what it does in a biological effect, so we base it on a thermal effect, and that's how this group of scientists, ICNIRP, I forget where they're at in Canada or somewhere out there, but that's how they get away with it. When they know it's bad and they know it's literally cooking you slowly, because they can't base it on a biological effect. They can't prove it on a biological level, but they know what it does on a biological level. They base it on a thermal effect. So when they put these heat detectors, and they base how much heat is going into your body. So that's the way it's tested, and that's how they get away with it. When they know that these towers are causing cancer, and they know that these but now the towers. If you watch Roger Tulsa He'll tell you, you know, how they're using the towers now. I mean, now they don't even need chips anymore. I mean, now they can just they got like 6 levels on these towers, or 3, I'm sorry, and they can synchronize like 600 channels with each level. And if they want to synchronize you, they can synchronize you. You know, they can send out an EFL wave and give you a head cold, or you know, give you a headache, or whatever, you know, or use these microwaves on you, these frequencies, and you know, cause you problems. They use them on me all the time. You'll know when they use it because you'll get like a little ringing sensation in your ear. You'll barely hear it. It's like a tee. I've been out in the middle of a field where no one could possibly get to me with any other frequencies, such as a dog whistle, or you know, other internet frequencies that they have. Or this mosquito, this other, you know, the kids here, and I was out in the field, and you know, I got away from all their noise campaigns, and you know, all their distractions, and you know, when I started to raise my frequency, they would hit me with this because they don't want me to raise my frequency. They don't want you to evolve. They don't want you to go any further than what you are. They want you to die. And that's the whole idea, because in the end, they only want 500 million, and that's going to be them. And, you know, they're not wanting to share this place, folks. I'm sorry to tell you, but that's the way it is. And, but yeah, to begin with, to learn, you know, understand a little bit about their weaponry, there's a device called directional sound. I don't know if you've heard about it, or probably a lot of people from up north have heard about it because it's more frequently talked about up there. But what this device does is it's designed by this guy named Woody Norris. He's in California. He designs, you know, weapons for the Navy and other, you know, electronics. He designed this thing, and it's like a board, looks like a little solar panel. And if he aims it at you and he hits you with it, it can go up to 500 meters, which is a football field away. He can pop a CD in and play some music, and you'll hear the music way on the other side of the football field. And no, if you had 3 guys standing beside you, they wouldn't hear a damn thing. You would be the only one that hears what's on the CD. So, see, the government's probably been using this to make people go crazy for years. You know, I mean, I wouldn't doubt that, you know, the people, I mean, I've heard people talk about in jail that, you know, they heard voices and stuff. It was probably the police that had one of these devices and was, you know, messing around with them or playing with their head. But these devices can also be used in other ways. You know, infrasound can be also, you know, can be put on a CD and put through this device. And let me tell you, I mean, you know, normally this device, if it was shooting sound at you, the sound would bounce off a wall, or you know, whatever. But if infrasound is in this ultrasound beam, it's going to go straight through a wall. So, see, they can attack you when you're inside your house with it. They can attack you, you know, anywhere with it, really, because infrasound penetrates walls, and so do high frequencies. So, you know, if they have a really high frequency, it will also penetrate the wall, which they are using. I read a really good book. There's a really good book out if you're interested. It's called Sonic Warfare by Steve Goodman. And, you know, he talks about how they, you know, they use the frequencies on the Branch Davidians and in Waco, by the way. And I've been there also. I'll get into that here in the next couple of videos. But yeah, I actually ran to Waco to get away from these people. I thought that maybe, you know, that the government would never ever mess around there again, seeing how they did what they did. But I was wrong. You know, when we were in church, they were still using frequencies on me. Even when I was in church on Sundays, and you know, enjoying life and singing, and you know, they were still using frequencies on me. They'd have people coming outside, and I could feel the frequencies coming inside through the outside. But okay, folks, I'm gonna have to cut this video a little short. I'm gonna come back with video 4 as my introduction video. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off and start another video.